Hey guys, we've got our very last video for this week. We're continuing on with 1.2. We've got our solving multi-step equations. This time, all we're adding today, since it's a distance learning day for everyone, pretty simple. We're just going to add a couple problems that include parentheses. All right, so go ahead and take a look. We're here on page 11 in your student journal. So go ahead and keep taking notes along with me. I'm just going to go through a couple examples, and then you can go ahead and get started with your assignment there in the textbook on page 16. And then you're all done for the week. Just make sure that you've submitted all your assignments. You've gone back and you've made sure that I didn't send anything back to you saying you need to make it a PDF, that you've done all the assignments you need for this week, and then you're free to enjoy your weekend. So we've got here, let's do number 11. Before we can solve this out, we've got this 3 times this z plus 7 here in the parentheses. In order for us to start solving this multi-step equation, first I have to simplify that side. All right, so remember what we talked about yesterday. First, we've got to simplify the side, so that means we're going to distribute this 3, okay, to the z and the 7. Okay, so remember when we're distributing, that means we're multiplying. Okay, so 3 times z is 3z. 3 times 7 is 21. And that's equal to 21. Sometimes people get confused on which step they should do first. Usually what you want to do, you want to go through and undo any of these terms. So if you have a separate term, you want to undo that by addition or subtraction. Okay, you're trying to get this variable on its own. So first thing, we need to get rid of this other term. So we're going to do that. We're adding right now. So our inverse operation is subtraction. I'm going to subtract 21. I've got to do that to both sides, so subtract 21 here as well. I've got 3z is equal to, and this actually canceled out here too, so I've got 3z is equal to 0. All right, so 3z is equal to 0. I'm multiplying here. So to undo that, I need to divide. Okay, so divide by 3. Divide by 3. Okay, remember that means this gets canceled out and I'm just left with z. And then 0 divided by 3 is still going to be 0. Okay, you can think about that back in your original equation. Okay, if you made z 0, okay, 0 plus 7 is just 7. 7 times 3 is 21. That works, so go ahead and circle that solution. All right, and then let's look over here. Let's do number 14. Give us a little bit more room. Okay, so here in number 14, we've got something similar, except we have another term here on the outside. But again, this is kind of similar to what we did on Tuesday. First, you want to deal with this distributive property. Then we can deal with combining any like terms. Okay, so first I want to distribute. So here the 3 is going to go with that 2g, and the 3 is going to go with that negative 6. Okay, 3 times 2g, you got to multiply the 3 and the 2, so we get 6g. Right? The 7 doesn't change. We didn't do anything with the 7. The 3 times 2g we just found out is 6g. Then we've got 3 times negative 6. Okay, don't forget the negative. That's the easiest thing to do here. 3 times negative 6 is going to be negative 18. Okay, so minus 18 is equal to negative 29. All right, we want to simplify this side. So that means we did the first step, we got rid of the parentheses, but now we need to combine any like terms. All right, so we've got a 7 and a negative 18 here. They're both constants. They're both just numbers, so we're going to combine those. So 7 minus 18, we're going to end up with negative 11. So 6g minus 11 equals negative 29. All right, and here we think, okay, first we've got to deal with this addition or subtraction. So first we've got to get rid of this constant term. So we're subtracting here. Then we're going to add on both sides. All right, so 6g, the negative 11 and positive 11 cancel out. So 6g is equal to, we've got to think about negative 29 plus positive 11. All right, so that's going to be negative 18. All right, then one last step, we're thinking, okay, I'm multiplying this g. If I want to get the g on its own, I've got to do the opposite. So I'm going to divide. Okay, I'm dividing both sides by the 6. All right, you've always got to do the same thing on both sides of your equation. Okay, so my 6's are going to cancel out. I'm just left with g. Negative 18 divided by 6, I've got a negative and a positive, so my answer is going to be negative, and it's negative 3. All right, let's see if that makes sense back in our original equation. Okay, 2 times negative 3. Okay, 2 times negative 3 minus 6 equals negative 29. Let's see if that's true. 2 times negative 3 is negative 6. Negative 6 minus 6 is negative 12. All right, 3 times negative 12 is negative, messed up, negative 36. So it wouldn't be a plus sign, it's going to be a minus sign. So minus 36 is negative 29. And 7 minus 36 is negative 29. Okay, that means that answer is correct. You don't always have to do this step where you're checking your work, but if you're ever not sure, you've done a bunch of steps, you want to make sure your answer makes sense, you can always put it back in the original equation, and if it works, then you know you've got the right answer. All right, so make sure you get those last couple assignments done, get those submitted, and I will see you guys next week. Have a great weekend.